His sole aim was to leave no survivors.
They were all killed by a lightsaber.
What does that tell you?
Powerful Jedi has fallen. You don't think Master Soul was responsible?
That is quite the accusation.
Who else would possess the power to slay such a strong group?
Something to tip the scales.
But if he did this, why would he send us a distress signal?
It's time to get back to the ship.
We should prepare these bodies for burial.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I want to thank all of you, new viewers, returning viewers, future viewers. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot to us here at the channel. Everything helps with the algorithm. A like, a comment, a share. Only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. I want to get into the newest episode of Acolyte, aka Crapolyte. Crapolyte? Electrolyte? However you chop it up, this show, The Acolyte on Disney Plus, is just killing me as a Star Wars fan with a lot of different things, with the lore breaking and how easy it is to figure out some stuff, and then how confusing some of these decisions these characters are making is pretty wild. The title of this particular episode is called Teach/Corrupt, and basically it revolves around two different sets, two different groups of people, mainly Osha and Darth Joker, and then Basil, Soul, and May in the ship. I'm just gonna break it up into what each group did instead of going back and forth. Basically, if you remember the last episode prior to this one, May switched places with Osha, and she's trying to portray herself as Osha. Now, Soul, Master Jedi, isn't giving off anything to say that he knows that this is May. Matter of fact, it's their tracker Basil who almost seems to have to tell him through his techniques of detecting that this isn't Osha, that this is May. The communications in the ship went down, but before it completely went down, they were able to send a message out to Venestra Henderson, the character that she's playing. I mean, yeah, the Jedi Master with the green skin and the tattooed head. All right. Who doesn't seem to have been too worried previous episodes of what was going on. To say that basically it sounds like the message is that the whole team died. So they go to the planet that Soul was on. As they're coming in, he leaves, right? And basically incapacitates May and has her tied up, basically. And it seems he's being really, odd, because at first he was before he even knocked her out, he was like, oh, I should tell the Jedi Council the truth. And then he knocks her out, and he's acting like a creep, bro. I'm not sure what's going on with this. They really, in this season of the show, really want the Jedi to be the bad guys and to be the destroyers of families. And I will say I'm not very versed in the High Republic era, which doesn't seem to be canon in the books anyway. The books doesn't seem to be canon anyway in the movies too much. They're introducing certain things, but yeah, they're really making the Jedi seem like some sort of agency that just comes in and takes you out. Forget about why they're there, what drew them to you in the first place, right? Like they just didn't pull your name out of a hat type of thing. Um, you were using forces for things that they weren't meant to be used for. And yes, I get the whole concept of who decides how to use what power, but um, when you're trying to prove that the Jedi are bad, and when they come to try to talk to you, you mind control one of them, you lie to your daughter, you brainwash the other daughter in a way to not be open to any discussions. So, as much as the Jedi may seem to overstep their bounds sometimes, or be like that they're doing the right thing in their arrogance, I do believe initially that there's some sort of selflessness that goes into being a Jedi. I don't think that there should be bans on starting families or anything, but I get it to attachments and all that. But I really think that, like this guy said, Darth Joker said last episode, are they trying to end my existence? But if you never revealed your existence in the first place, they would have never went after you. You just started killing Jedi or having people kill Jedi. What did you think was going to happen, bro? And this for 6 weeks, 7 weeks almost. Did he? You don't know what he did. You don't know what he. Just say it at this point. Damn it, man! Just the Jedi came and the Coven died, and they thought that Osha was the only survivor. Maybe they didn't try hard enough to look for May or anything like that. Maybe, listen, man, people make mistakes. The Jedi are not above making mistakes, but I'm just not big on them trying to be like the all out, the end all be all bad guy in this series. Darth Joker is telling Osha how, you know, he can help her. He thought he could help May, but she's out for revenge. She's out for something different. Osha follows him to a hot spring where he takes a bath in it, or in a lake. Basically, watching him be nude and spying on him without his consent. Real progressive there. If a man was following a woman in the show and watching her bathe, he'd be a pervert. But a woman can watch a man bathe without his knowledge or consent, and she's not a creep or a pervert. This whole episode felt like a soap opera, like All My Children or something like that. One Life to Live, of because now all of a sudden Osha seems to have sexual tension with Darth Joker when he's blamed her for the corruption of her sister. Uh, he helped her sister commit murder, and now she has sexual tension with him because she's seen his penis out of the lake. I guess so, right? I mean, if I knew that's all it took for me to get out of trouble, well, let's move on. So then they go back to the cave that he brought her to, and he's telling her about his helmet, how it's like a sensory deprivation helmet to get more in tune with the Force. He says at one point when she's getting ready to leave, "Oh, wasn't this the lightsaber you were going to use to strike me down? You do it, do it." And again, it's a thing that you can see that they're about to smooch or something, bro. Like, I don't know. It's like, and then like May wants to go run to the Jedi for help, but because Darth Joker could try to kill her, she's back to the bad side again. Uh, People's motivations and side changing is just weird in this. Like, there's really no motivation of why all of a sudden Osha would really want anything to do with Darth Joker as it is with everything that's been going on. And now that she sees his face, it's okay. Um, yeah, this was very much a soap opera episode for me in that regard. And then for Soul, May and Basil, they're on the ship. The communications go out. Like I said, he captures her and is going to tell her what happened because now he knows that she's not Osha, she's May, and that's kind of where the episode leaves. Mog and uh, Vanestra go to uh, where the battle happened, where all the Jedi were taken out, and it seems like they think that Master Soul did it. So, Master Soul's time in the Star Wars universe is coming to an end. Because what's going to wind up happening is he's going to wind up being taken out. May and Osha and Darth Joker are going to go their separate ways or together, and then when no one talks about the Sith, that's why they'll be like, "Oh, see, that's why it's still canon in the other movie because no one knew, right? So come on." No, no, because the character who said that in the Phantom Menace was in this one and heard people saying it might be a Sith. So that's still canon breaking. I'm sure Leslie Headland is a nice person in real life. Um, I'm not here to debate anyone's lifestyles or thoughts about anything. What I am here to say is that I think this series is poorly constructed through the writing and the logic that they're trying to use, and it's not it's really turned into a soap opera this week, and if I want to watch soap operas, I'll watch good ones like General Hospital or One Life to Live, All My Children. I wasn't even a fan of this show, but Days of Our Lives. These are good soap operas. This is a bargain basement, $2 DVD bin season of Star Wars that I'm glad there's a couple more weeks and then this is done. Uh, I still love Star Wars. I still love the relationship I have with Star Wars, but it's definitely with a different lens these days when these shows keep coming out and it's just so disappointing. Like this show cost almost $200 million to make. So that means like it's almost like a $22 million episode. In this episode, there's no way that it would cost $22 million to make. There was no special effects really. Even if you do all the green screen and the rendered effects and everything, there's no way you tell me that this episode's budget was $22 million if you break it down per average. And that's what paying the actor of Master Soul top dollar. Um, Amandla Steinberg, who's playing May and Osha, and the guy who's playing Darth. There's only like 5 main actors in here and a bunch of background characters. There's no way you're telling me that all the money went there. I don't know where the money to this particular uh, series is going, but there's no way that this series costs $180 million. Game of Thrones has a similar budget, and they got dragons and massive battles. Dragons, bro, that breathe air, fire out of their mouth and looks realistic. It looks like a movie. This show looks like I can make it if I had the budget. Okay, that shouldn't make that shouldn't feel right. You know what I mean? That if I had $22 million and a group of Star Wars fans, that we would make a better product than this. That's just my opinion. Uh, you let me know what you think down below. But until next time, peace, Steckums.